Hello again, everybody. Kingdom influencers or faith-based entrepreneurs and mompreneurs. Hello. How are you today? Well, today I'm excited because we have a special guest. As you can see, she's also special because of her smile. When I met her, I was blown away by her smile alone. So she is a coach and in the field of health and wellness. Because of her journey, she wants to educate, coach others who are going through the same journey she had. So without further much ado, I want to introduce to you our special guest with a big smile, Stephanie Talia. How are you today, Stephanie?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing great. Wonderful. It's Friday.
Yeah,
So
I
happy to
like
be here.
that.
Thank you.
I like that. My daughter always tell me to material girl, and she said it's this exact same tone. Like it just keeps, getting into my head. Like, okay, I love that. I love that. Now I'm saying it. That's so funny, but yeah, I mean it's fun because the way it sounds, I love it.
Mhm.
So tell us about you, Stephanie.
Sure. My name is Stephanie Talia. I am the owner of Stephanie's Mindful Solutions. I honestly never intended to have a business. It actually kind of came about based on some of the skin and health issues that I was having and being able to find solutions. I absolutely, I have psoriasis. I was diagnosed with that in 8th grade. So it's been a lifelong struggle. And basically, I kind of help advocate and educate people to help find solutions that'll help them get relief, because honestly nothing for me is worse than seeing someone suffer with skin issues. I have been the person that sat on my hands for 10,
Mhm.
tried to count to 10 seconds to not itch and rip my skin open. In
Wow.
my worst flare-ups, I probably would have mortgaged my house if I could have, just to get relief. Because it's
Wow. Not
psoriasis is so much
bad.
more than skin deep. I mean, it really is. So the big thing
Wow.
for me is, helping people. I kind of took a natural route with the products.
Mhm.
And so it's basically helping them find solutions again to help calm things so that they can enjoy their life again. Love the skin
So,
they're in.
so when did you start feeling that? When did you start your journey, like feeling the dry skin or whatever you're going through?
Yeah, well, great question, and thanks for asking that. So I grew up thinking I had sensitive skin. I mean, that's kind of what I was told, right? And
Mhm.
so it started out when I was younger, and initially the first time that we had issues with skin was when I tried bubble bath, and apparently my skin got extremely
Wow.
dissatisfied with that, and I had some very dry skin breakouts, had to go to the doctor and stuff, and then it just kind of progressively got worse as I got older. And then I actually, again, in 8th grade, was diagnosed with psoriasis with a pretty good flare up. And then fast forward, when I was older, I had like a major flare up because on top of that I have some wonderful allergies that I've developed. So that's
Oh,
kind of
wow.
really where my journey started in looking for. I have nothing, I have nothing against big pharma or anything like that, any type of pills and stuff like that. My goal was I wanted something more natural. I wanted something that hopefully would help nourish my body. So that's kind of how things started, looking for products, right, that were
Right.
natural, not harmful.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Natural is always better. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we also like to go with the flow with what's going on with our, life and
Hmm.
environment. So
Hmm.
so when you say about natural stuff, what would be something like, could you elaborate a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. So part of my journey and what I learned too is not all products are created equal. It's
Mm,
actually quite shocking what manufacturers can hide in their products. And
yeah.
some things potentially are harmful to your body and you don't realize it, right? Even though the label may say it's organic or greenwash or this and that, it's really super important to look at the ingredients in the labels. One of the biggest reliefs for me. So I no longer have to use steroid cream because I actually use Dead Sea mud now. I didn't have an issue with the steroid cream. My concern was that with the extended use, it tends to thin the skin. So that was a
Mhm.
concern for me, right? So I wanted something again that would get in there and basically kind of relax the skin. And so Dead Sea mud is absolutely what has worked for me. So it calms inflammation. There's no fillers in it. It helps with macro circulation, and it really cuts out like any type of itching, which is for me that's a huge issue because you can't stop once it starts. It's really
Mhm.
hard. So
Yeah, when you say you're itching, is it would it have breakouts, or would it have what is the what happens when you had when it starts, I mean.
yeah, great question. So depending on where it is on my body too, is kind of dependent on how it presents. So I mean,
Mhm.
on my trunk it could get red and inflamed pretty quickly. That's usually kind of where it starts, or I may see something happening. But my arms, it may not necessarily be there like red and inflamed, but like my arms will start getting itchy, right? And then all of a
Mhm.
sudden later on, as things progress, because it starts going throughout the body, right? It may start picking up and get real red, and it's just really deep within the skin, and there's just this real deep need to itch.
So how about the clothing you wear? Does it make a difference too? What cloth
That's
material,
yeah, yeah,
fabric?
that's a great question. I don't know. I haven't really changed up the clothing that much, to be honest with you. I kind of do wear more natural products, but even polyesters and microfibers and things like that have not really had an issue with the clothing piece of it. The biggest piece that I had is the products, right? It's the products that have like perfume and fragrance in them. Those are what I had to basically start purging out of what I was using because again,
If you
there could
don't
be
use anything, then the skin's okay. Like if
yeah.
you're
So
not, like if you see, okay, I like the smell of this lotion, I want to try it, you know how we are. And so
mhm,
you got one, try it on, and then it starts to
it could.
react.
Yeah, it could potentially. So honestly, yeah, great question. I avoid product that has anything that says perfume or fragrance in it because that
Mm,
is where the manufacturers, because that's a trademark secret. So they literally could hide chemicals in there. And
yes.
I don't honestly know what my skin's reacted to. I just can tell you that if it's something that it takes exception to, it will react. So the products I use usually have like organic essential oils in them. So
Mhm.
again, it's helpful for the body, right? Just stay
Yeah.
away from the perfumes and the fragrance.
Yeah, I have no clue about that. But when I was growing up too, I hardly put lotion on me. It's very,
You're
very
lucky.
rare. It's like I didn't really think about it, but yeah, I don't do those things. And um my skin's okay. I mean, it's not, here sometimes during the winter it could
Mhm.
get dry, but
Yeah,
not that bad.
yeah.
So and now I started using, like, okay, my daughter's growing up. Okay, let me use, because how they want to try this and that. Okay, okay,
Mhm,
I'll use, but I still would rather, like would use natural stuff
mhm,
because it's better for us. And the fact that it's less harmful in case, because
mhm.
you never know if it would react to your skin, right?
Yeah,
But still, it's a little bit better than those chemicals that we can hardly read
mhm.
the names of those, like, what is it again?
Yeah,
'Cause they're long and they're like whatever.
yeah.
So that's good. It's good to be more natural. Plus our body is actually very good at taking care of us, right? But
Correct.
we
Given the right
do.
circumstances, you're
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, but we
Mhm.
do need to help it.
Yes,
That's how I believe too, because
yes.
I've I've tried not to go over, buying stuff and taking pills. I try not to do that. I want to live naturally because for me, we are given this gift. God gave us this body,
Yes,
and we need to take care of it as natural as we can.
yes.
So, um, So when you have those flare-ups, when you were younger and you have flare-ups, how do you manage? I mean, do you get mad, or how do you react to it? Like, because when you're younger, you don't know, man,
Yeah.
why do I have this? You ask that question,
Yeah.
right?
No, it's totally fair and valid question. And I'll tell you what, I won't lie. It was tough, right? Because when you're a kid, number one, you don't look the same like the other kids. So of course there's all kinds of unwarranted and unwanted comments.
Uh-huh.
There's only so much of it you can hide within clothes. And then, yeah, it's a little frustrating, right? Because, until you start getting relief, until the skin starts calming down, all you want to do is itch and rip at your skin. So it's just like, it's really difficult when you're younger, right? When that's happening, to even really enjoy what's going on around you,
Right,
right? To be
right.
fully present. So it's like, that was the big thing for me. Once I started getting relief, it's like you can enjoy your life, you know?
Oh
So
yeah, I bet. And
yeah.
then,
Yeah.
that's a
So I
big
won't lie.
thing.
It was not easy, but it's one of those things, right? It's like you never given something more than you can bear. And it's taught me a lot, right? And that's honestly one of my big goals throughout everything that I've learned and find and keep searching for, right? It's absolutely to help people. You don't necessarily have to have skin issues to even use any of these products, but if
Mm,
people are looking for more natural things,
right.
we definitely have the options available to them. But I definitely have a special place in my heart for people that have skin issues.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm really impressed that, despite the experience you had having to go through that, you have a really big smile, beautiful smile, how um a lot of people, there's people that who has everything and that they can't smile. Like they're like so full of worries, or you know
Mhm.
anything that shows in their face, and they can't smile. But you, right when I see you, it's like your smile is there. That's what I say in you. That's really beautiful,
Thank you.
having people like that and having people around like you. I love that, because
Thank you.
I used to be very grumpy too.
I was too, I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? To your point, right? And that's part of what's in my business name, Mindful,
Mm,
right? Stephanie's Mindful Solutions. It
mindful.
is. It's absolutely about being mindful. I mean, because you control your thoughts, you can control the way you
Right,
do or do
right.
not react to something. And I'll tell you what, it took me forever, all of these years, seriously, to figure out your skin's a
Mm-hmm.
reflection of your emotions. So, because
Yes.
honestly, with psoriasis, stress is a huge flare, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
that's a piece of it. And then again, feeding your body, being mindful of what you're eating, being mindful of the product you're putting in it, because it's going right into your
Mhm.
system. And then being mindful of your thoughts, right? I mean, let's face it, right? It's like some of the stuff you say to yourself, you wouldn't say to your friends. Why are we saying that to ourselves? Love yourself.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Self-love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
practice self-love.
yes.
You know, you have
Yeah.
to be your best friend, the best, best,
Yes.
best friend. And
Yes.
definitely, with that said, life would be beautiful when you love yourself, and then you
Yes.
can share that love to others. But
Yes.
first, love yourself.
Yes. Exactly.
I like that. I like that. So right now, I just kind of think that you are actually creating influence right now by sharing what you have gone through
Mhm.
and helping others to, you know what to do when they are going through. Plus, what kind of products are you selling or offering, by the way?
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. So, one product line is it's a Dead Sea skincare product line. It's actually manufactured in the U.S. They import the raw materials, the mud, salt, and the water, basically from the Dead Sea in Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can't say enough about having mineral packed products, right, for people with skin issues. I have another product line that's a natural product line that's actually waterless, and they do a lot of stuff with like beeswax and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. Botanicals, fantastic for the skin. And then hydration, of course, too, is huge for health and in your skin. So,
Right,
yeah,
right.
those are the type of things that I'm doing that I share with people. Yeah.
How many glasses of water you drink a day?
At least 96 ounces.
Oh,
At
96.
least. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell
That's
you, that was a
good.
game changer, honestly, because up until several years ago, I didn't realize how little water I drank
A lot
during
of
the day.
times, yeah, I have noticed that too, because I drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
And I
I
noticed
do
that
now.
I noticed that a lot of people they go hungry very fast. Like they're always hungry, but
Mhm.
they don't drink enough water. It's like
Yeah.
food is they crave for food, but they don't crave for water.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and
and I found out, and again, that's another piece of what I found out, right? So honestly, dehydration can give you false signals. It can give you
mm,
signals that you're hungry.
right,
So
right.
it's like, yeah, hydration's super important, not only for the skin, but
Mm-hmm,
obviously the functioning of the body. I mean, everything, your brain, your blood, everything, to
mm-hmm.
keep everything functioning properly. Detoxification, which is huge, right? Especially in
Yeah.
this day and age, we're
Plus,
surrounded by lots of different
plus
things and pollution.
plus dehydration can actually, some people say, oh, I have a headache. They don't think about it, but dehydration can also cause
Yes.
headache.
Yes, correct. Right. Magnesium deficiency, absolutely. Dehydration can cause a headache. I mean, your brain is mainly water. It needs
Uh-huh.
water.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah, just think about how much water is our body made of, and
Exactly.
we don't think about that. A lot of
Mm-mm.
times we think about eating, but not drinking.
Mhm. No, I honestly, yeah, I agree. Cause I'm like, up until several years ago, I didn't really make the connection. And then it was like, that's when I really started noticing some change, right? Because you
Mhm.
start flushing toxins out. You stop getting the brain fog because your
Yeah.
brain's hydrated. So
Yeah, I notice myself when I'm not drinking enough water, I feel so tired.
yeah.
And sometimes there's times that you forget because maybe you're doing something or the weather changes.
Mhm.
It does help to forget, but then you feel like, why am I tired again? If you don't really think about it, you won't suspect that why
Mhm.
drinking is the reason why you're tired. So
Yeah.
it's good idea to make sure you hydrate
Yes.
yourself.
Absolutely.
Hydrate yourself. And
Absolutely.
you were saying about the Dead Sea mud or something.
Mhm.
Is that something you put on your skin, right? On your
Absolutely. Yeah.
face?
So well, a lot of people use it just for their face and their neck. To me, it's a multitasker. So it's like wherever I'm having a flare up on my arms, the trunk of my body, I will use
Uh-huh.
it and it calms it down. You know, uh, I've used it for bug bites. It's great for pulling toxins out and stuff like that and calming the skin. I mean, it's really good all the way around. And then it's loaded with minerals your body needs.
Uh-huh.
So why not absorb them, right?
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you just put it on and then leave it there.
Yeah, I put it on and leave it on. I mean, when I'm doing like a facial, and I always tell people too, that's one of my little things. I'm like, don't forget your neck, because a lot of people forget your neck. That's the quickest thing that'll age you. So, like, if we're talking about the face and like anti-aging and stuff like that, it's like,
Yeah.
make sure you do your face and your neck and leave it on like 2 to 8 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And then just as soon as the water hits it, just, it just starts coming off. So it comes off real easy. Same thing, like if I had to apply it on my arms or my legs or like my trunk, right? Yes, I'd put it on until it's dry and then I just wipe it off. And then I follow up with like when having a flare up, I would wipe it off and then follow it up with some Dead Sea balm that gets
Uh-huh.
it's ultra moisturizing and it penetrates. And again, because there's so many minerals in it, just absolutely really good for your body. So it just
Yeah,
kind of calms
cool,
everything
cool.
down.
I have a question for you. I just thought about it. Are you connected with, who is it, Tammy? Or I forgot her name exactly, but she also does mud, something with a Dead Sea
Huh.
stuff.
No, I don't think we're connected, but no, that sounds really intriguing.
But I think she is making it herself. I mean,
Okay.
they're creating it. Like they have a company that makes those
Ah,
for. So
okay.
I was just thinking maybe we can, you guys can connect and maybe you can come up with something together because
That'd be cool.
you're already established.
Mhm.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it, I would say right around a little over 5 years.
Mhm.
Started sharing that. And then I've just, like I said, I continue to kind of keep looking for solutions, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm able to actually, I started out with the Dead Sea to like
Mhm.
calm the skin, address the issues. And now I'm able to take people to the next level if they want to with other products,
Mhm.
with anti-aging and stuff like that too. All of that is anti-aging. It's just free. It's part of it. So,
Yeah.
which is
She gave
nice.
me a package last time, but I thought I had it on my table and I couldn't find it. I was gonna show it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, I will check on that and maybe you guys can connect and
That would be
come up
cool.
with
I would appreciate
something.
that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So my last question is, how do people get hold of you?
Okay. So great question. So I do have a website. It's called Stephanie's Mindful Solutions. You'll see me there, kind of my story, kind of what I do. I do have free consultations, 30-minute consultations if you're
Mhm.
interested. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram at Stephanie's Mindful Solutions. And then I have a book. I'm co-authoring a book. I'm sharing my story. The release date's April 6th, called Elevate Your Voice. So my story will be part of that as well.
Oh,
So it's coming soon. So that's pretty exciting for me.
beautiful.
Yeah. So yes,
Wow.
lots of
When
places you
did
can get
you
a hold of
write,
me.
when did you start writing your book?
Actually, well, I'm a co-author, so there's 13 other women in the book with me,
Uh-huh.
and it took us about 9 months. So, but it was really neat process going through and everything else. And then everybody's got a slightly different story, which is great, but it's all about basically hope and overcoming and, elevating your voice. Basically, everybody's got a fantastic story. So it was pretty
Yes.
exciting to be a part of that. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. We all
Yeah.
have stories to tell, and a
Yes.
lot of times we don't consider it, yeah, I have a story, but yeah, that's my story, and yeah, that's okay.
That was
But
me.
yeah, but you really never know your story can touch someone else or
Yes.
even help someone else. And we
Yes.
don't really think about that. And I love to read stories too. But
Yeah.
I used to be like that where, okay, I have a story, I have a beautiful story, and I just keep it to myself. And yeah,
Mhm.
I enjoy it, but really it's good to share your story out there. And that's why we're doing this interview, to share your story to
Mhm.
other women out there. If we can help one person today
Yes.
to see what they can do while they are in their journey, that
Yes.
would be amazing.
Yes, absolutely. I
And
totally
we,
agree. I was of the same in mind. I'm like, I danced around for years around my skin issues. I didn't really talk about it real openly. It's just been the last couple of years that I kind of
oh,
talk about it. And then this opportunity came up and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to share with everybody and at least give people hope. There's hope. Never give
yes,
up, right? There's something out there for everybody that will help.
right,
Right.
right,
So
right.
yeah.
That's true. And um, I believe that God created each one of us with gifts and
Yes.
talents, and we are born to greatness.
Yes.
But sometimes we just don't, see it.
Hmm.
And we need this kind of stories to
Hmm.
help others, to show them that, hey, even no matter how simple your story is, you can touch someone else and help. And
Yes.
that's beautiful, to be able
Yes.
to help someone even at this distance. We're only on Zoom, but hey,
Yeah.
if we can help someone through Zoom,
Yes.
how amazing is that?
Absolutely. Totally agree.
I love that. I love that. So, okay, so everyone here where you can reach her. But anyway, I will also put that information on the description. That way, people can
Thank
read
you.
it and eventually can reach out to you. And it will be posted several sites too. That
Okay.
way, it will be available to anyone who's, in need of a little inspiration. When you're journeying in this life, remember, you're not alone. We're here for you, so you're not
Yes.
alone. If you need help, reach out. We will be there for you. because, you know, the more, I mean, if we're together, we are stronger.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, I won't take your time. I love this interview, and we'll be back soon for another guest. But today, thank you very much,
Thank you.
Stephanie, for your time and your sharing your experience, your journey to the world. And hopefully we can change one person. It will be the best gift for today. Thank you
Thank
and
you so much for letting me
bye-bye.
share. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you next for a new adventure.